Thomson imagined that the negatively charged electrons must be distributed randomly in a positively charged matrix. He visualized this as the familiar English dessert, plum pudding. He envisioned the cake as a positive matrix and the random floating bits of fruit within it are the electrons, and we call it the plum pudding model. He later discovered that if he bombarded nitrogen with alpha particles, it would create a bunch of hydrogen ions. He correctly supposed that these tiny positively charged ions were fundamental particles, protons. Then here comes Niels Bohr. In 1911, Bohr traveled to England to study with Rutherford, and as a physicist, he was also interested in the mathematical model set forth by German physicists Max Planck and Albert Einstein to explain the behavior of electromagnetic energy. Over time, Bohr came to realize these mathematical principles could be applied to Rutherford's atomic model. Bohr's resulting model, sometimes called the planetary model, is still familiar to most of us.
It represents the electrons in orbits around a small central nucleus. Each orbit can have a specific number of electrons which correlate to the energy levels and orbitals in the modern model of an atom. It was the German theoretical physicist Werner Karl Heisenberg who helped in the whole mess to make it into a neat bundle. So he and a new group of physicists and chemists proposed a new theory, a quantum theory which proposes that electrons weren't particles or waves. Instead, they had properties of both and neither. By this thinking, the arrangement of electrons around a nucleus could only be described in terms of probability. There are certain areas where an electron is much more likely to be found. These areas are the orbitals. These are the things Heisenberg's theory has predicted, the modern understanding of atoms.
Because it's based on probability, quantum atoms are often drawn as clouds with the intensity of color representing not individual electrons, but the probability of finding an electron in any particular position. This model is called the cloud model of the atom.
Created using Powtoon.